I also want to thank all of the Big Brothers Big Sisters staff, the board members that are here. Some of you will get to know throughout the program here today. Thanks all for being here. You would have noticed on your way in there were snowflakes for sale, $20. Get you some awesome opportunities for prizes, and of course, all in support of Big Brothers Big Sisters. I want to recognize a few of our sponsors. Our Big Spark sponsors, 97.3 The Wave and Country 94. Our Big Impact sponsors, Delta Marriott St. John, AIM Recycling, and Glass Sky. Our Big Opportunity sponsors, UCT, Jack Kidd Council, 755, and RBC Royal Bank. And our Big Potential sponsors, Como Seafood, Wyndham Hotels and Resort, Encore Audiovisual, Innovatia, St. John LNG, and the Chapman Group. I'm going to now hand it over to Leah and Lily. At your tables, I'm getting ahead of myself. Our Big Brothers Big Sisters board president, Leah Straight, and her in-school mentee, Lily. I'm going to hand it over to them.
Come right over. Okay. We're both a little nervous, so we'll see how we make out here today. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. On behalf of the board, the staff, and everybody who took the time to put this event on, we're really happy to have so many like-minded individuals here in the room to support mentoring in the children in our community. Today is about celebrating some amazing individuals, so I really look forward to hearing a little bit more about the Spark recipients, but today is also about spreading an important message. And that message is about the impact of quality mentoring programs in our community. I grew up down in the south end of St. John, and growing up, I knew about Big Brothers Big Sisters and the impact that they were having with kids around me and the programs that they were offering in my own community. From there, I knew that as an adult, when I had the time, I wanted to become involved. So I was fortunate enough about 15 years ago to be matched as a big sister with my little sister Jamie, although not so little anymore. She's now 25 and at least a half foot taller than I am. But since then, I've been involved in the in-school mentoring program, so about 5 or 6 years now, and what I recognized as a child is still true today. There are so many kids in our community that need a trusting, stable relationship that they can get from having a mentor. So this is where I have my really special friend up here. This is Lily. Do you want to say hi, Lily?
Hello.
We'll put it right in between us so they can hear us both. Okay. Lily is in grade 4. She's right down the hill at my old school, St. John the Baptist. And Lily and I are matched in the in-school mentoring program, as David said. And we were just matched at the beginning of the school year this year, so not that long. But we knew right from the beginning that we hit it off. Would you say the same? Yeah. Okay. Every Wednesday, we get together, and I go down to her school. She's always there early. She's always there before I am, excited for our lunch hour. We knew even from the first meeting that this was going to be a very special relationship. That first day, our mentoring coordinator introduced us, and we got to know each other maybe a half an hour or so. It's not very long, but I would say we made a good impression because when she left, on her way out the door, she had whispered to Ben, who was our in-school coordinator at St. John the Baptist. She had said, "That was amazing." So I knew from right there that she had me, and I was going to be just as excited to meet with her every Wednesday at lunchtime. So again, I asked Lily to come up here to help me with my nerves, and then I pushed the envelope a little and asked if she might be open to answering some questions. How are you feeling on that?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? We practiced yesterday when we had mentoring, so we said she gave me a little bit of information that she was okay with me sharing with you guys. So I did ask Lily on Wednesdays what she enjoys, and do you want to say? Sure, go ahead, hon.
I enjoy coming to see Leah every day, and we do a lot of fun things together.
We have a lot of activities. We've done some baking and We play a game, we do a little bit of crafts, so it's really easy to find fun things that we like together. We learn that we actually have quite a bit in common. We're both...
Bracelets are on the screen there.
So we made bracelets. So I made Lily's and Lily made mine, and we brought them home and kept them as a keepsake. Mine broke, so it sits in my car as a keepsake, but I still have it. And the best part about mentoring is building that relationship, but also as an adult, you get to have fun as a kid again. You get to be a kid at heart, and Lily even thought I was a teenager when we first met, so I'll take it. I did tell her the difference, but she doesn't believe me, so. So what we wanted to share with everybody is thank you so much for being here. The funds raised and the support from events like this is why we can do the programs and the activities that we do. We know that we have support from the school, and we have coordinators through Big Brothers Big Sisters that help us build this bond. And I know that I've been extremely grateful that we met. What about you?
Me too.
You too? Good. Perfect. Anything else you want to add? No? We're good? Okay. So thank you again, everyone, for coming. Congratulations to the recipients today of the awards, and enjoy your lunch.
It is a real pleasure to be here with all of you this afternoon, especially as I look out and see so many of my mentors sitting at tables with all of you. When I was thinking about what I would say today and what the theme would be, what came to mind for me was this: ordinary people have an extraordinary impact. So my first mentor was my piano teacher. Her name was Miss Mary McLean. I grew up in Fredericton, and I started taking piano lessons when I was 4 years old. I think it was a dream of my mother, who grew up in generational poverty, middle child of 7, farmhands from Carleton County, who could never afford the basics, let alone the prestige of having piano lessons. As a single parent, a teacher with a high school diploma, and a teacher's college education, my mom was determined to ensure I was going to have something that she didn't. An opportunity to have an extracurricular experience that actually cost a lot of money, even in those days. So every week I would show up at Miss Mary McLean's house. In many ways, I was an unwilling piano student with minimal talent, but I actually continued piano lessons until I was 17 years old. Not because I loved it or because I was wildly musically talented. I went because Miss McLean was really the only steady presence and influence in my life at that time. Yes, I was a mathematical kid, and she taught me to play musically, but also because she was the only adult who ever really took an interest or time to mentor me. She talked about the possibilities of my future, about hope. We would have conversations about positive mindset. She'd share books with me. She told me stories that involved changing my mindset and thinking really strategically about my future, instilling confidence in me. My mother thought she was paying for a concert pianist. I continued to go because I had a mentor that was mine and mine alone. And through my parents' divorce, difficult financial times, through the ups and downs of having a back brace, wearing a back brace when I was in junior high, that really affects your confidence, debilitating stage fright, and becoming an adult, Miss Mary McLean was my steady support. She was my mentor. So you might think about Miss Mary McLean, because her name is Miss Mary McLean, as somebody who was young and spry, but she was actually in her 80s when I started taking piano lessons when I was 4. And just to get a picture of her, she would wear these binocular type apparatus that would come down from the top of her head to see the music. She was a game changer for me. As my needs changed, my mentors have changed. My first boss, while very much a boss, was also a mentor in the way that she would take the time to provide me with lessons in leadership. The importance of good communication skills, being a team player, showing up for people when they need you, giving encouragement when it was needed, advice when it was required, and feedback when it was wanted. Evelyn was fierce. She was frightening. You could hear her walk down the terrazzo tile at the university before you could see her. But she provided me exactly what I needed professionally and personally. I was a cocky graduate from university and I was unprepared to lead. She took the time to teach me to lead. I actually thanked her by backing into her car and smashing it to a point where she couldn't drive it. But even that conversation, I remember going in and having to tell her that that had occurred. I'd actually ripped it open like a can opener. And even that conversation was treated as a mentoring conversation for me. When I look back on having my first child, I was headed solidly into a postpartum depression. One person who's actually in the room, I didn't realize she was going to be here, took the time to check in with me and served as a parenting mentor for many years. So my mentors have come and gone, many different forms, shapes, and sizes, showing up when I've needed them based on what was going on in my life at the time. Refinery managers, professional connections, team members, colleagues, some younger, some older, some from Canada, some not from Canada. Different times meant different needs. And certainly as a business owner and a business leader in this province, being open to these mentors who have provided time and advice to me have been my touchstone over the last 11 years. And it's because of them that we've been successful as a company. So of course, personal mentorship actually translates into business results. And many organizations have actually leveraged this. So just so you're aware, many studies have been done that show the power of mentoring. Forbes magazine reports that 100% of US Fortune 50 companies have mentoring programs. 100%. 96% of Fortune 100 companies have a mentoring program, 90% of Fortune 250, and 84% of Fortune 500. So as companies, they are recognizing the power of mentoring. So companies where programs exist on mentoring, they have an 18% increase in financial results. The personal benefits are there too. Lots of studies show that people who are mentors are happier, they have lower levels of anxiety, and more meaningful work. We also know that mentoring programs increase diversity at management levels and really throughout our companies, and it leads to increased promotion and retention. Mentoring isn't just used for high potentials, though, early in your stage. Most CEOs that I work with have mentors. In fact, they have multiple mentors. So executives describe having mentors, high potentials describe having mentors, and people who are really wanting to change things up, they seek out mentoring. So why is this important right now? 2024. If I look at the last 5 years, this is the most incredible time to be in business in so many ways. I'm telling you, the HR field is the field to get into right now because everybody is having HR issues. But one of the quotes that really stuck out with me is this: workers aren't rebelling against returning to the office. They're rebelling against the steady creep of a productivity culture. Commute times, brain exhaustion, and technology fatigue, which have overtaken their joy in life, in love, and in leisure. So we have lots of conversations about flexibility in the workplace, but what we really need to talk about is our work environment. How do we actually create work environments that inspire and engage people? So the situation actually calls for another look at mentoring. And the why is it's difficult to attract and recruit right now. Employee retention is an issue. Employee well-being needs to be considered. Engagement, workplace agility, and also just the decentralization of work. And what that is requiring of us as leaders is a different leadership model that involves the ability to mentor. So in workplaces, we're seeing mentoring really taking hold, and sometimes it's one-on-one, sometimes it's mentoring circles. We're seeing mentoring with senior people mentoring junior people, but we're also seeing peer mentoring, so one-on-one peer mentoring. It can look like a whole bunch of different things, but what's important is that we actually do it, because our culture is important and our leadership is important, especially to this next generation. We also find that mentoring provides a really great way in which to think about our employee value proposition. It's a differentiator when you're attracting and recruiting talent. So we can create competitive advantage both in results, engagement, and attracting talent, and we do it through our people. So mentoring is good for all ages, at all stages. It's also good for business. When someone first called me a mentor, it actually happened probably about 10 years ago. I was really taken aback. This was a CEO of a regional company that I had actually admired since I was a kid. This company was like, you know, in our family's purview. We knew of this company. And so the awe when he called me a mentor was really substantial. But what I learned is that ordinary people have extraordinary impact. The difference between friendship and mentorship is being willing to wade in to difficult conversations sometimes, offer advice, provide examples, allow people to see a different perspective, perhaps when they are too far into the problem to see their way out of it. So mentorship is about shining light so that other people can find the path. Everyone here honored today have served as mentors. A few I know personally and have provided me with guidance on economic development, on community leadership, inclusion, empathy, and most importantly, have served as a light for other people in this province and beyond, so that they too can find their path. So for each of us in the room, I encourage all of us to say yes if somebody asks you for a mentoring conversation. Seek out opportunities to share your own insight and your own input and your own perspectives. You do not have to be an expert. Ordinary people, extraordinary impact. Understand your contributions and share it with them. That's what always held me back, was not thinking I was smart enough or good enough or accomplished enough or experienced enough. Yes, you are. Miss Mary McLean with her binoculars. Our best opportunity as a city, as a province, as a region, is to create a community of mentors. Those who lift each other up and who are willing to mentor their peers, young people, individuals who are seeking transformational change in their personal and their professional lives. We can do that. We can help. We can shine the light. Ordinary people like you and me, we can make an extraordinary impact. And so with that, I congratulate each and every one of the award recipients, and thank you for being mentors.
Now we're going to get into our awards. And our first award is the Judge Tom Bell Award. I'm going to ask, the award's going to be presented by our Big Brothers Big Sisters Board President, Leah Straight, and UCT Jack Kid Council number 755 Local Council Vice President, Olivia Donovan. I'll introduce the award first, and then I'll ask them to come up. For those that don't know, Tom Bell was a judge in the juvenile court system in St. John in the 1970s. His work in the courts saw many who often lacked, through his work in the courts, he often saw many who lacked a positive role model. Judge Bell was instrumental in starting Big Brothers Big Sisters in St. John in 1972. He served as one of the founding directors. He always took an interest in the organization and served for many years on its board. After Judge Bell died, an award was established in his name and is presented each year to an outstanding volunteer within the Big Brothers Big Sisters programs. This year's recipient is Debby Lord. Debby is a mother of 4 and a grandmother of 9 who loves sports, the outdoors, and spending time with family, friends, and the kids at the St. Andrews Youth Center. Debby has been involved at the Youth Center for over 18 years and loves what she does. She's also a part-time EA and works with special needs adults, in particular her best buddy, Georgie. Debby was a big sister for several years with Big Brothers Big Sisters and has loved it. Her little sister, Carrie, is now 26 and has a daughter of her own, and the pair are still in consistent contact. Debby has been an instrumental advocate for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and in particular the Propel program in St. Andrews. She connected staff with new contacts for guest speakers, workplace tours, and funding opportunities. She has personally called parents to explain our programs and gone to the schools to personally invite those she felt could benefit. Big Brothers Big Sisters has held multiple open houses, events, and book drives at the Community Youth Action Center with the help of Debby. And when Big Brothers Big Sisters staff are not able to restock her bookshelf at Honeybeans, she's the first one there. As Big Brothers Big Sisters staff became better acquainted with the locals in St. Andrews, it was clear how well loved Debby is. And if you've seen the amazing amount of people from Charlotte County here today, you'll know how well loved Debby is in her community. I want to offer some of the feedback we got about Debby when we were sharing her win for this award. I don't think anyone could be more deserving of this award. You have made our community better with your commitment to our youth. She has been a very big asset to the town of St. Andrews and their young people for such a long time. She's helped raise the youth of St. Andrews. She is the best the community has to offer. One man in his late 20s stated, "I don't know how I would have ended up if I hadn't had Debby in my life. She was there for me in the worst times." Debby has put off her retirement more than one occasion because of the work she does in her community means so much to her. She has been a caring, supportive role model for hundreds of children and youth in St. Andrews, and we are so fortunate and blessed to have her as part of the Big Brothers Big Sisters family. In true Debby fashion, she credits a great team that makes her life successful for the youth in her area, including Big Brothers and Big Sisters program with Charlene and Rhoda. Thanks to the team. And in her words, "Thanks for this award. I really appreciate it, and it inspires me to continue to do the work I am." So if we could welcome Debby up on stage, as well as our award presenters. Thank you so much, Debby. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Debby, were you planning to say something?
Did you?
You weren't planning to say anything, were you?
You're more than welcome to.
I could say something.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Mike's yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for this award, but this award also belongs to my community, because without my community, I couldn't do what we do. Thank my guys, everyone very much. And also a lady that's in St. Andrews, she's in her 90s. She inspires me to keep going, no matter how hard and how tough things are going, because she cares so much for our youth in our town. And without her, we wouldn't have our youth center. And, you know, the community that we have, I'm so happy that we help work together to make it a better place for our kids. Thank you. Yeah.
Now we're going to get into a couple more awards. First one of our awards, these are both entitled our Spark Awards. The awards being given today have been designed by Fredericton artist Penny Heather. These sculptures were created to reflect the meaningful impact of the individuals receiving them as they have inspired others to reach their goals. Just like the recipients, each of these sculptures is truly one of a kind and completely unique. Our first award is the Community Spirit in Mentoring Award. It's presented by Acadia Broadcasting, Country 94, and 97.3 The Wave. We're going to ask Nesta Matthews to come up and present on behalf of Acadia. This year's winner is Monica Chapman. Monica believes communities are the engines that build a strong society. She is passionate about strengthening the social foundations within our region that drive economic stability. She is devoted to encouraging collaboration among organizations for all sectors. Her aim is to collectively tackle the deep inequities that hold our children back from achieving their education, threaten family and neighborhood well-being, and weaken Greater St. John's capacity to thrive economically. For the past 20-plus years, Monica has been the staff person for the Business Community Anti-Poverty Initiative, as many of us know it, BCAPI, a collective of local business leaders who collaborate with community and government leaders to break the cycle of poverty in our community. Established in 1997 as a catalyst for change, the business leaders have contributed their skills and resources to a St. John strategy to end generational poverty and move 4 key priorities forward: closing the education gap for children and youth, improving family well-being, strengthening the pathways to employment, and transforming low-income neighborhoods into healthy, mixed-income communities. Prior to BCAPI, Monica worked in government and community sectors, introducing innovations in community planning, primary health service, social housing, and leisure services to address deep inequities and improve population well-being. Please join me in congratulating Monica Chapman.
Well, I just have to say a few things. I'll try to be short. First and foremost, thank you, big brothers, big sisters. You feel the kindness of big brothers, big sisters when they do things like this for people in the community, but everyone they work with, it's that they bring joy and kindness, and we all need kindness. So thank you. And thank you all for being here today in this room. We're really here to celebrate our children. And we're really here to congratulate big brothers, big sisters, and tell them we support them. I don't think I have to tell any of you in this room that Big Brothers, Big Sisters has a stellar history in our community. Their mentors have made a powerful difference in the well-being and life success of thousands of vulnerable children. Our whole community benefits from Big Brothers, Big Sisters, their mentors, and the children that gain so much vibrance in life and possibilities. It's just amazing. So I just want to be a person to endorse that Big Brothers, Big Sisters makes a huge difference in our community. And you know what? We all benefit. And I'm not going to repeat what Tanya said earlier. She talked about the power of mentorship as she was growing up. Haven't we all felt that? We know how powerful it is. It's actually essential. And mentorship really causes us as individuals to thrive and as a community to thrive. And it also causes us to pay it forward, pass it along, because mentorship builds community. So they've got the right approach, and we must support them and help. I don't think I have to tell anyone in this room either that our community is a very caring community, and so is Charlotte County. It's just that I don't have the experiences of Charlotte County, but I've done a lot of things in Charlotte County, and what a special community that is. But I know St. John is a special community too. We're not only caring though, we're wise. Because we absolutely know that it's our childhood years that set the stage for life. And it's our children's future, our city's future, that depends on how well we prepare every child today. Greater St. John is actually leading the way in joining up all of our services and our resources and our sectors, economic, social, environmental, all of us working together for people so that we can all thrive. And I'm extremely proud that our community is walking the talk of this famous slogan. You all know it. It takes a village to raise a child. We are walking the talk in St. John. And what you may not know is that our city is being recognized and joined by other smart cities throughout Canada, United States, and other parts of the world in leading the way to end poverty simply by helping every child succeed. I'm just one of thousands of people and hundreds of organizations in our community who contribute what we can, time, talent, money, to this awesome movement in our city that has been steadily growing to help every child and youth succeed, from cradle to career. It's the collective effort of many that build community spirit, and that's what my title is today, Community Spirit. And it's the collective effort that strengthens our community. So I'm going to leave you with one ask. After I thank Big Brothers, Big Sisters again for hosting this event of celebration, I'm going to end with this. Let's all inspire more people to join us and help every child succeed. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Monica. Our next award is the Leadership in Mentoring Award. This is presented by RBC. I'm going to ask Michelle Bettel and Cheryl Brown will be presenting on behalf of RBC today. Today's award goes to Paulette Hicks. Paulette is a dynamic business leader with more than 25 years of experience. She brings a passion for her community and the ability to lead transformational change, drive economic growth, and deliver return on investment for the St. John region. Recognized for her bold thinking and leadership, Paulette has an extensive background in community economic growth, including being named the inaugural CEO of Envision St. John. She has initiated the first voluntary hotel levy in New Brunswick, which was the catalyst for a public-private partnership with the City of St. John, resulting in the formation of Discover St. John. She also was the driving force to secure the $10 million Social Innovation Fund for community poverty reduction and recently conceived the 20% provincial tourism rebate designed to generate revenue for New Brunswick tourism throughout the pandemic. Paulette is an experienced government relations advocate, driving policy decisions at the highest level. Paulette is an unwavering and long-standing commitment to service in this community. Her board appointments include the Funday Trail Parkway, UNB Faculty of Business Advisory Board, the New Brunswick Tourism Advisory Board, the UNB Health and Technology District, Tenant Selection Board, Port St. John's Workforce Development Partnership, and the Business Community Anti-Poverty Initiative Executive and Leadership Board. She was also a founding member of Rise Up SJ, working with other business leaders passionate about the future of the St. John region. Now, as many of you know, Paulette has been struggling with some health issues lately, and she couldn't join us today. So Roxanne Fairweather is here to receive on her behalf. As Roxanne accepts the award, there is a brief audio presentation to go along with this one.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry that I cannot be there in person today. You may or may not know that I suffered a hemorrhagic stroke February 2023. I'm continuing rehab myself in Florida through January and February to avoid hazards of winter conditions. Thank you all for this incredible honor. I want to first recognize and congratulate fellow recipients, Robin Tingley, Monica Chamberlain, and Cassandra Eisner. I am deeply humbled to accept the responsibility of leadership in mentoring. Mentoring is a profound journey of guidance, support, and growth. Together, let us inspire and empower others, fostering a community where knowledge and encouragement flourish. I want to express my gratitude to those who have mentored me. That certainly includes Roxanne Fairweather, and I want to especially thank her for accepting the award for me. I look forward to positively impacting lives through mentorship in the future. I am doing everything in my power to return to myself to make this happen. Thanks again to Big Brothers and Big Sisters for the recognition and for all that you do for our community. Bravo. Enjoy the rest of the event, everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Please.
I wasn't supposed to speak, but I'm going to, because I think that Paulette and what she did deserves to be recognized again for her courageous spirit, for her bravery, for her unrelenting belief in the opportunity and the growth and the people of our city and our community. She is one in a trillion, and I am honored to call her friend. And I think there are many of us in this room who have benefited from the relationship with Paulette. And her courage is so inspiring, because even before the stroke, no matter what hurdle she had to overcome, she put her elbow on the table and her shoulder against the wheel, and she asked for help. And again, I think that's come up a couple of times. She always used her friendship and her network to get things done. And she has so many friends who have cheered her on. Anyway, just can't say enough about the courage and the bravery and the smartness of this woman. So, Paulette, we all love you, and we're looking forward to you coming back full steam to help us in this community.
Thank you, Roxanne. Our next award is the Youth Leader and Mentoring Award. This one's presented by AIM Recycling. We've got Amanda Hovey to present on behalf of AIM. Cassandra Eisner is a lifelong resident of St. John. She's an active in her community as an advocate for youth and care. She is a 2023 graduate from the University of New Brunswick in St. John with a double major in English and sociology and a minor in French. She currently serves on the board of directors of the Child and Youth Permanency Council of Canada and has sat on several discussion panels for the Youth in Care Network and the New Brunswick Adoption Foundation. In addition, Cassandra volunteered with the Promise Partnership for 4 years as an in-school mentor at Hazen White St. Francis. She is a passionate supporter of youth and mental health and has volunteered on the Youth Advisory Council, which made recommendations to the Office of the Child and Youth Advocate for their report on youth suicide prevention and mental health services, entitled The Best We Have to Offer. This report was done as part of an independent review following the death of 16-year-old Lexi Dakin of Fredericton in February of 2021. Most recently, Cassandra was invited to speak at the House of Commons on Bill C-318, an act to amend the Employment Insurance Act and the Canadian Labour Code for adoptive and intended parents. In her spare time, Cassandra enjoys reading and listening to music. She loves to attend concerts, especially Taylor Swift, and spend time with her family and friends. She is a former youth in care who was adopted at the age of 11 and feels strongly about the importance of giving back and advocating for the proper support and systems for former and current children and youth in care. Please welcome Cassandra. Congratulations. It's yours if you want. You don't have to.
Hello. My name is Cassandra Eisner. It's okay. Everyone pronounces it wrong, but that's fine. I just wanted to congratulate the other recipients. I was informed that no one else was speaking, so this is kind of off the whim. And I also wanted to thank Lori and Debbie and everyone else at Big Brothers Big Sisters for throwing together this event. There are a lot of mentors in the community, and it's very special to be nominated and received as one of them.
Cassandra's going to get me fired from my emceeing gig here. It's the only time I'm allowed to talk for this long without Donna Reardon saying something at council. So, our next award is the James K. Irving Lifetime Distinction in Mentoring Award. It's presented by J.K. Irving Limited and PALS. I'm going to invite Victoria Mosley to come up and present the award. The award recipient today is Robin Tingley. Robin is a speaker, communication strategist, and board advisor who has lived and worked around the world as a corporate senior executive leading people and communication strategies for a Fortune 100 with responsibilities spanning 4 continents. She returned home to New Brunswick and founded Glass Sky, an organization that provides communications and strategy services to leaders of global corporations and government agencies. Its social focus is dedicated to empowering women and services to leaders of global corporations and government agencies. Its social focus is dedicated to empowering women and girls through educational workshops and direct financial support to local community programs and organizations that advance diversity and help the next generation thrive. You'll know her from her published work, 10 Essentials, a guide for high performance for new grads and career starters, to offer practical and modern-day career advice to rising leaders based on her first-hand knowledge of corporate culture, entrepreneurial ventures, and leadership success. Her book has been profiled in Dow Jones, Fast Company, and CBS, and at many leading corporations. Career starters can connect on Fearless Fridays. Robin regularly, I'm sorry, I printed this, and Lori was like, do you need help printing it? And I was like, no, I got it, and then I printed it way too small. Robin regularly speaks to audiences around the world about inclusive workplaces and embracing the next generation, and has keynoted at Oxford University, Behr Paint, Hyundai, Mars Corporation, Ingram Micro, and many industry associations in the automotive, construction, medical, water, finance, and manufacturing sectors. She is the immediate past chair of the board of the University of New Brunswick, past honorary lieutenant colonel of the Canadian Armed Forces, and founding member of Women for 50%, an initiative focused on greater female representation in politics. Her work championing diversity and inclusive environments has been recognized in North America and Europe by universities, business, and government. She was named a top corporate change maker by the California Diversity Council, by WXN as one of Canada's top 100 women leading change, and by the Bank of Montreal as one of Canada's leading women on boards. You can see why the print is so small here as I read Robin's resume. In 2019, she was invested into the Order of New Brunswick, and her work to advance diversity as well as her corporate and community leadership. In August of 2023, she received a commendation from the Commander of the Canadian Army for her leadership in directly advancing working conditions for the Armed Forces for women. She's a graduate of St. Francis Xavier University, King's College in Halifax, King's College in London, and was part of the inaugural cohort of the pioneering Women in Leadership Executive Program at Oxford. She lives in Rothesay with her husband, Brent, and their twin daughters, Olivia and Mary Grace, of whom are all here today with us. So welcome to the family. And with that, I can conclude Robin's massive CV, and you can understand her credentials for being here today. So please join me in welcoming Robin to me.
Okay, thank you. This is beautiful. Thank you, David. That was something. You know, Big Brothers Big Sisters does incredible work in our community, and I'm very grateful and I'm humbled to be receiving this recognition, but I'm more grateful that we get to shine a light on you and all of the volunteers and the great work that you do in supporting our kids and supporting our youth to realize their fullest potential and to rise up. You know, when we mentor, and I'm just grateful that I've got, you know, a great gig in life that lets me have impact and do this stuff, because we're the ones that get the gift, right? We think that we are giving and we think that we are opening doors, but really those of us who give the time and those of us who connect, like the wonderful stories that we've heard today, we are the ones that receive the blessing. So I encourage those of you who do it to keep doing it, those of you who don't to get involved. And I want to thank those of you who volunteer, and I want to congratulate the other recipients today and thank you for the impact that you're having in our community. There's a lot to do. I can't believe I'm receiving a lifetime anything. Like, I got another lifetime to live. So this is very inspiring, and really is my fuel. So we'll have a 2.0. That's right, we'll have a 2.0. So thank you very, very much. Yes, wonderful, thanks.
Congratulations, Robin. With that, a couple, we want to share an impact story. And I'm going to introduce big sister Caitlin and little sister Rachel.
What were this? Hi. When I first got matched with Rachel, I had just turned 20 and was looking for something to do with my spare time. Rachel had just turned 6 and needed some extra one-on-one time away from her busy household, and now we've been matched for 7 years. I'm Caitlin, and this is Rachel. Over the years, Rachel has come out of her shell completely, and there is no stopping her, from the shy 6-year-old to a very outgoing middle schooler who's involved with cheerleading and cadets. When I first met Rachel, she was very shy and quiet. I remember our first meeting, she came over to my house to color. And she didn't really say much of anything throughout the whole hour and a half that we spent together. And at the end of that meeting, she asked, "Can we make muffins next time?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, what kind of muffins do you want to make?" And she was like, "Carrot." And I don't think she stopped talking since. Rachel has turned into a sassy little spitfire every time she's with me, and my whole family agrees that that's probably something she's gotten from me. We've also been mistaken several times as actual siblings and have been told several times that she looks more like my actual sister than my actual sister does herself. We've done many activities over the years, but a few of our favorites include spending Saturdays at my trailer in the summer, going swimming and partaking in those campground activities. We love going to the arcade, and we're actually going there tomorrow. And on Tuesdays during the school year, we have dinner with my family. One year, I was fortunate enough to take Rachel to PEI for her first weekend getaway. And every year, we celebrate our birthdays, which are 4 days apart. Rachel gets to pick the restaurant of her choice, and we spend the evening eating a lot of food and ice cream and doing a walk around uptown. One day last year, Rachel mentioned that when our match ends, as she turns 16, she wants to go on a sister's trip to celebrate 10 years together. She wants to go on a cruise, but we'll see what happens. Over the years, Rachel has become an integral part of my family. My parents love having her over, and she banters with my actual sister as if she's one of our own. Rachel often lets Hannah or I know which one of us is her favorite sister, depending on how she feels that day. And I'm happy to announce that I am currently the favorite. Currently, yes. Big Brothers Big Sisters has been a huge support for our match. At the beginning, they gave us so many different ideas on things to do and places to see. Over the years, they have provided us with several hockey tickets, bowling passes, and invited us to many activities in and around the city. I am so honored to be a part of this amazing organization and being here today, but also being a part of Rachel's life. Do you want to say something?
Sure.
Rachel's going to say something. She wasn't sure if she was going to.
How do I start?
Whatever you want.
So when I was 6 and I first met Caitlin, it was very cool. She's my favorite sister. Yeah. Hannah chased me, so yeah. Yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her as a sister. Yeah, I could have not asked for a better one. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Caitlin and Rachel. I think we all saw today the impact of mentorship in our community, whether it be formal or informal, young or old. The impact is clear, and it's been an absolute privilege to serve as a Master of Ceremonies. I want to thank all of our sponsors, 97.3 The Wave and Country 94, Delta Marriott St. John, AIM Recycling, Glass Sky, UCT Jack Kid Council 755, and Royal Bank, Como Seafood, Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, Encore Audio Visual, Innovatia, St. John LNG, and the Chapman Group. Thank you all so much for being here today.